Chapter 6. Traditional Sports and Martial Arts. Manoj was visiting his maternal uncle and grandparents in Allahabad during the time when the big religious fair known as the Kumbh Mela was going on. Manoj's uncle told him that people from all over the country come to Prayagraj, Allahabad, on the occasion to take a holy dip in the Sangam, the point where the three sacred rivers Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati meet. After the holy rituals, the families went around the fair. There were many different types of entertainment for the people in the fair. Manoj was fascinated with all the different types of activities that were performed by gymnasts and acrobats on nuts. Young boys and girls were balancing on a pole and some were walking on a tightrope. Some entertainers were walking on stilts and performing cartwheels, and some had such flexible bodies that they were tying themselves in knots. Uncle told Manoj that these were local performers known as nuts. Manoj saw an enclosure at a distance where hectic activities were going on. The enclosure was dominated by a large image of the Hanuman. On one side, a number of men in loincloth were exercising vigorously. They were doing sit-ups known as Dan Baithak, stretching, running, weightlifting, and other exercises. On another side were some younger men digging a pit. Manoj wanted to know what they were preparing for. Uncle Shyam explained that these were professional wrestlers preparing the akhara or the wrestling area. Manoj managed to speak to one of the wrestlers and learnt the following things about their life. For these wrestlers, wrestling is almost like worship. Their presiding deity is the Hanuman. They lead a very disciplined life, and the most important person in the akhara is their mentor or the guru whose instructions, including their daily schedule, the amount and quality of food to be eaten and the number of hours for practice, etc. have to be strictly followed. Traditional sports of India. Sports and games have been the part of Indian culture for hundreds of years. In India, people still enjoy camel and bullock races, boat races, cock fights, and pigeon fights. In the villages and many small towns of India, many ancient sports are still enjoyed by people. Boat races, camel and bullock races, as well as cock fights and pigeon fights are popular spectator sports. Other traditional games include archery, boxing, sword and spear fighting, etc. Kho-Kho and Kabaddi are the two popular traditional sports of India played nowadays also at some places. Kho-Kho is played between teams of 12 players. Kabaddi is a wrestling game. It is also a national game of Bangladesh. It is played between two teams of 7 players each. Both the games require physical strength and alert mind. Traditional martial arts of India. Have you ever heard of games like Thang Ta and Saritsara, Kalripayattu and Thoda? These are the names of some very interesting traditional martial arts of India. Let us look at some of them. Thang Ta and Saritsarak from Manipur are martial arts or sports based on fighting technique. The participant uses sword or spear against one or many opponents in Thang Ta. The unarmed aspect of Thang Ta is Saritsarak. Kalripayattu from Kerala is a method of physical fitness and players participate in mock duels both armed and unarmed. Archery is one of the most ancient martial arts of India and is practiced in different forms in many states of India. However, one of the most colorful demonstrations of this sport is seen in Himachal Pradesh during the Baisakhi festival. A traditional archery competition called Thoda takes place during this time. Silambam of Tamil Nadu is one of the oldest self-defense technique. This form of martial arts involves stick fighting and was successfully used against the British Army in the 18th century. Breathing and heartbeat. We need air to breathe as long as we live. Though we breathe constantly, we are not aware of it because we don't see our breath coming in and going out. Only sometimes in cold winter mornings, we can see our breath coming out like whiffs of cloud. The process of taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide is called breathing. The rate at which we breathe differs from person to person. Even in the same person, the rate differs at different times, depending on the activity the person is doing. When we are relaxed, our breath is slow, but after vigorous exercise like running, jumping, etc., our breath becomes faster and heavier. And the heart begins to beat much faster as well. This happens because when we do exercises or play games, we use up a lot of energy. So we need to take in more oxygen to convert the digested food in our body into energy. Wonderful qualities of our breath. Our breath has some wonderful qualities that we never notice. Following instances show these qualities. In winter, when our hands become very cold, we breathe on it to warm them. This is because the air exhaled by our mouth is warmer than the weather outside. While drinking a hot glass of milk, we blow on it to cool it. The air from our mouth is cooler than the air around the glass, which helps it to cool. In winter, people by the roadside burn wood and twigs to keep themselves warm. They blow on the fire to make it burn brighter. The oxygen in their breath helps the fire burn. Blow on a mirror. Its surface will become cloudy. This is because the air we breathe out has water vapor which condenses on the cool surface of mirror. Let's recall. Sports and games have been part of Indian culture for hundreds of years. Boat race, animal race and fights, archery, boxing, sword and spear fighting, kho-kho, kabaddi and different martial arts are the traditional sports and games of India. The act of breathing involves taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. Our breathing rate changes with different activities. We use our breath to cool things and to help fire to burn. Our breath contains water vapor.